I've been bullied. I want to say a couple of things to you about bullying. If you're being bullied, doing nothing will harm you much more in the long run than standing up. It will deprive you of any character or self-worth that you'll have to build up again, and it's really hard. What I find, the message I'm trying to convey to you is, if you don't feel the strength to fight back, this is what worked for me. But I was being a coward but I didn't continue practicing what I'm preaching right now. It worked and it got better, and it was because it was a little better, that was good enough for me, and a part of me accepts that because I was really at a shitty place back then. I was feeling really shitty about myself. So basically, people were calling me names. I heard bad shit talking about me during my classes. I couldn't focus. I was afraid at school, really a lot of the time, insanely afraid. And I started getting physically stronger, but at the time when I was strong, I was already very afraid and I didn't fight back. So basically, fourth year of my high school last year, I went to a psychologist, and she proposed for me to stand up to my bullies as if they were in the same room with me. And the next day in school, I stood up to one of not the main guy, but one of the loudest guys, and it helped me. But the day I did that, the guy waited for me in front of school with two other guys, and I saw that, and I went to the headmaster and I told her what happened, and this really makes me feel like not a man. You see, I feel like a loser for doing that, but at the end of the day, what really matters is for you to not be miserable at school. So from that point on, my enemies, my bullies, started getting attention to what they're doing, and because of that, they stopped. It was so much better. What's weird about it is that you have to tell it to someone who has power, because every kid every kid knew I was being the one bullied, but they are too afraid to do anything. You see, you have to have support from someone who will stand up for you if you are not ready and strong enough for you to do it yourself. And if you see this happening to someone else, you can do something along the lines of what I'm saying in this video. And every class has a few people who really narrate the vibe that's going on in the class. And if those few people are good ones, the class will have a good time. And if those few people are bad guys, everyone else will be miserable. What I'm trying to get you to do is, what you need to understand is that the majority always can prevail. All you have to do is form an legion, and listen, you have to fight back. You have to make your class a good place, even if you have a bunch of morons in it, because you spend so much time in it, and it is the biggest, and school is the biggest influence for your future. And if you are miserable there, unable to do the things you're there for, this should be your number one priority. You might think that even teachers lack authority, which they do, but There are those who are not afraid, who are very strong, and telling them will make a difference. The longer you wait, the more power they get, the more you lose. It's like in Harry Potter. Dumbledore versus Voldemort. Good versus evil. Don't be a coward like me. Oh.